guys, thanks ever so much for coming back and joining us online. We have got another two super vendors from JVZoo, Joshua Zamora and Paul Venables. And they're here to tell us about their brand new software, or at least the update for their software that's coming out on JVZoo. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it and get to know these two super vendors and find out how they got started with what they do. So Paul, Joshua, welcome to the show. If I can start with you, Paul, first of all, we just kind of want to know, how did you get started in this industry? Were you working a normal job? Is it the rags to riches stories? How did you sort of find yourself doing this software creation?
Okay, yeah, that was a little while ago, back in 2009, 2010. And I was doing an internship for a financial company. And it was pretty interesting because they wanted someone to do their marketing. And I didn't really know much about the product, mortgages and business financing, all that stuff. I didn't know a whole lot about that to begin with, let alone I was about 18 and I felt it would be kind of weird to do the traditional route of approaching realtors and all this stuff when I've never bought a home. I don't really know anything about home buying. So instead I looked into the internet to use marketing. And what we did ended up finding some ways to post some ads on Craigslist and automating that with a very powerful software at the time. And we're able to get the phones ringing and bring in a lot of leads for this company. And so later I kind of got the wheels turning and I thought, well, if I can do that for them, maybe I could do that for myself. And I dug into some more research, found places like the Warrior Forum, and found some communities that were really helpful, and had a lot of struggles along the way. Definitely a lot of little failures here and there, but that's just everyone's path.
Everyone,
right?
Everyone that we've had on, obviously myself, stuff that we do, everyone is, if you haven't failed, you're not doing the right thing,
Yeah, absolutely. So that's just part of the process. So if you're watching this right now and you feel the same way, just realize that's just part of it. You'll only get better when you stick it out and keep on going. Just persevere, keep focusing. And so focus was really the common theme that led to my success. After a while, I got pretty good at SEO and ended up moving with my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, to a place called Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and kind of the other side of where it sounds like where you're at. And loved it down there. It was really cool. I knew a few marketers down there. I looked at like their blogs and stuff before moving, so I had a little bit of a knowledge base to go off of, and found a cool place. Lived there for a little while. The funny thing was, when I first moved down there, I was thinking, this is great. I got some passive income from my SEO websites and stuff, and I had this big algo change with this big update, one of the huge Google updates at the time. And it really took out so much of what I built, just practically overnight. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm in a different country right now, and where's my income streams? And I was struggling. Like, it was really a gun to the head type of experience where, like, I got to make it. I really got to make it. And luckily, I actually had a friend that was doing pretty well with video marketing. And I knew Josh at the time a little bit, and we had talked about some video marketing stuff. And this was back in 2012. And so we put some things together, and I looked at this course and networked with a few people, and I was like, yeah, video marketing definitely works. Let's get at it. And I realized that all of my sites that I built, all the keywords that I optimized for and ranked, and that took a while to rank, really. I mean, relatively speaking, like several months, I could get those like within days or weeks, easy, with video marketing. So that's when things really took off to the next level. That was really my biggest breakthrough. Ironically, was when I was like in kind of a stressful situation. Like, it wasn't like I had a cushy job to depend on. No, like, I wanted to cut all those ties. And so, it's like, I got to make it. And I did. And video marketing was really the path. And so from there, that's all I did. I just built out campaigns. I launched a few products, but my focus was on building more of these video marketing campaigns, specifically with affiliate marketing. And so after a while, I realized that through my research with videos and through ranking for different keywords, there would be times when I would find somebody that abandoned their video. Sometimes the link was broken. Sometimes the link was completely expired. And so this particular example, I was trying to rank for a pretty competitive term. And I'd done that before, but my video got banned or something. So I needed to do that again. And I was looking at some competitors, and I saw this guy that was ranked number 2, And I looked at that link in the description, the primary spot that we want all of our attention, the prime real estate, right, is that link. And so I wanted my traffic, there as any video marketer. I found that this guy did not renew his domain. It completely expired.
Silly mistake.
Exactly. Yeah. And we may have all made them. Like I found that other people, there's a lot of people out there completely forget, whether it's just being lazy, whether it's just getting distracted, the shiny object syndrome, it's just completely abandoned. And sometimes too, later on, like the algos change. So somebody might spend a lot of effort making a video, making a nice campaign. They're thinking they're going to be like, starting to bank overnight. And then they forget about it. And then just naturally, because of natural views that come in, it will rank the video over time. And so sometimes you got these nice prime listings, top page rankings for YouTube and sometimes Google as well. And you can snag up that link in the description. You can take that, register it for yourself, and redirect it to anything you want, whether it be an affiliate offer that you have, whether it be a sales page, a web page, e-com store, or building out a list through an opt-in page, any of that stuff. You can just take that, just jump to the beginning of the line, cut your way through, and boom, now it's yours. So that's what got the wheels turning for what's now My Traffic Jacker. And we initially set up something called Video Traffic Genie. I was able to get something developed in the form of a software to automate this process of doing the research, doing all that research for me. And we released it to the public back in the end of 2015 through Video Traffic Genie. And since then, we've been evolving this process, evolving this software to something way more powerful, something that has more sites. Now we'll have not just YouTube, but we'll have Wikipedia, we'll have BBC, we'll have Quora. We also have others as well listed in the upgrades. So it's very exciting to be now finally.
So that's the current software that you've got now. This is obviously the My Traffic Jacket version 2. All right, so we'll go into all of the features and stuff in just a moment. Thanks for sharing that with us. It's interesting to see we have so many people that I've spoken to over the last couple of weeks, and everyone falls into two camps. It's either I was working a corporate job and it was kind of boring and I needed more money, or I wanted something different and I'd made the transition, or some kind of event happened that kind of made me have to make money. I was in a situation, so like for yourself, obviously, it's not easy when you're not in your own country. You can't just go out and get a job, and there's a lot more things going for it as well, no? So no, it's very interesting that a lot of the top vendors that we're speaking to always seem to fall in one of those two camps. And I think definitely what you said there to everyone, if you are struggling, that's a really important part, because I think a lot of people, especially in this industry, they'll try something, and if it doesn't work in even sometimes in a few hours, some people go, it doesn't work, and they'll move on to something else. And what they're actually doing is they are starting the foundation bricks of one business, then shutting that down because they think it's not going to get anywhere, and starting again. And all you're doing is just moving between one or the other. And you might make $10 here or $10 there, but you're never really going to get ahead unless you focus on one thing. So that's definitely 100%. I agree with that statement completely, that people, you have times, it's going to be tough, but you've got to just pick one thing and soldier through it. So Josh, same question for you, mate. How did you end up in this software game?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's actually probably, I think, the first time I've heard Paul's story, interestingly enough. And actually very similar to mine, except I wasn't in another country. But kind of when it comes to the part about making money online, it's very similar. And I don't know if Paul remembers this, but when when we were first working on Video Traffic Genie, he messaged me one time and he said, "Oh, look at this domain that I just found." And it was a domain that I forgot to renew under one of my niche videos that I had ranked. And I'm like, wow, that's what really hooked me, when I'm like, man, even I forgot to renew a domain. And it was a domain that I had made a lot of money with, but pretty well. Anyways,
so when Paul sent you the invoice for $500 to buy it back, right? That's how the relationship started.
Yeah, exactly. But pretty much it's almost exactly the same. The only difference between mine and Paul's stories, again, I was working pretty much for an SEO. I was running the SEO department for a web design company here, and I was doing. I was I actually got fired from it. That was one thing that happened because I was working on my own campaigns on the job. But pretty much in 2011, I built a bunch of niche sites, and same thing leading up to April 2012. I was in the year of 2012, I was planning to go all out and just double the amount of niche sites that I had built, because I had built up all this momentum in 2011. And I was excited for 2012 because I was going to double everything. And the goal was to quit my job in 2012 because I saw the potential. I was almost about to replace my income at the beginning of 2012 from what I was making at my job. And then obviously April 2012 came, wiped out everything. And then in May, same thing. I got into video marketing and I started ranking videos. And the first campaign that I put up, boom, it ranked, it made money. And I was hooked with video. I was like, okay, this is it. Boom. And I started putting up a bunch of videos, and it helped me get back to what my niche site income was at without having to spend an entire year of putting up niche sites. But the other different thing that I was doing throughout that time was building my list as well. And that's one thing that I think really helped me that's the main focus that I was on, was building my list, because what got me started with internet marketing was a course that I bought in October of 2010, I want to say, because I was brand new to internet marketing. I saw an infomercial on the TV, and I was like, man, there's actually people making money on the internet. So it was Anthony Morrison's infomercial that was actually playing on the TV at the time. I ordered his book. I never opened it, but it got the idea in my head of, okay, there's a possibility out there of me making money online. So that's kind of what had led me down the rabbit hole. And then it was about maybe 7 or 8 months later of a bunch of just like me buying product after product after product, the typical shiny object syndrome everyone has to go through. I went through that. And then finally I bought a course, which is a $2,000 course that kind of taught me everything from the ground zero, because again, I knew nothing. I didn't even know where to buy a domain, how to buy a domain, how to install a site, none of that. So this course taught me all of that from the ground up, from the very basic step of, this is how you buy a domain. This is how you, install WordPress. This is how you, upload an image with, a Composer, all those different things. So the main component of that course, though, was build your list. That was the main idea of it. But then it had all these different traffic strategies as a part of it. And one of them was SEO. So that's kind of what led me down SEO. And I spent a whole year on SEO, but during that time, I was still building my list. So I was trying everything since I was still brand new. And thankfully, I spent a year building niche sites. But like I said, I still continued to build my list. So then I got into video marketing after Google wiped out all my niche sites. And then I stuck with video marketing. And then I on the Warrior Forum, I started seeing people launching products, and I'm like, interesting. So then one of my first products was a case study of how I was able to rank a video and make some money with the video fairly quickly. And I just laid out all my steps that I followed. And that's pretty much how I got into the launch game. I got these results. I put together a case study, and launched it, and I was like, okay, all right, this can work. I can do this again. And then I did one about niche site SEO, and how I was able to continue still ranking niche sites after the updates on what I did, different things like that. And yeah, that kind of just kept evolving. And then I got into software, and then boom, what is it, like 9 or 10 years later, here we are. So,
and the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, awesome. So it's again a fairly similar story. Both of you guys have got a fairly similar story, and I know a lot of people who've been, in this game for a while had the same thing with Google. Everything was really great. They were, living the dream. It was all going perfectly. And then overnight it was boom, from doing really well to absolutely nothing, basically, because it just all deranked. So, and this is, I think, again, this is another point to go back to, is that things are going to change. All of these platforms, ultimately, we don't own those platforms, and we don't make the decisions on what changes. Google changes, YouTube changes, social media, Facebook, Instagram, they're always a changing thing. TikTok right now, you can pretty much get away with everything, but you can be sure in 12 months time, that's going to have changed as well. So there's always things changing. So if anyone finds himself, doing one particular thing, then, and that does change, it's all about bouncing back. You know, one thing goes down, okay, there's other things that you can do. And one of the things that you were talking about there was video. And that was how, you know, once Google made these changes, it was easier to rank video. And I still think that's true today. I still think it's much easier to rank for keywords on videos, particularly, you know, through YouTube, which is the second biggest platform, than it is to rank through Google. And that's kind of, again, going to fit really nicely into this new updated product of yours. So let's talk about this product then. Let's talk about what it kind of does. So we've touched on it a little bit, that it's going to help find these domains and it's about finding that real estate. But how does it actually work? And what sort of business do you think people should have? And how would they use the software to actually create a business? So rather than just, you know, setting something up and earning $2 or $3 here or there, how can they actually turn that into a full business strategy using your software? For either of you, man, Paul, do you want to kick us off with that one?
Yeah, I'll start with a little bit of information about that. So your thinking is kind of the bigger, how to build a business, how to do more than just some commissions. Because I know a lot of people that are watching this, they might be happy with maybe adding an extra $1,000 a month or so.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, it's the amounts, isn't it? So I think a lot of people kind of have tried so many of these different products, and you try a product and maybe they've made, I mean, I'm not talking $1,000 because that's quite decent. And I'm sure for most people that would be enough motivation to keep going, because, you know, it's an extra $1,000. And no matter sort of what your financial situation, $1,000 is $1,000, you know, it's always going to come in handy. But I think a lot of people, you know, they pick up a product and, you know, they maybe make more like $5 or $10 and then become disheartened because, you know, $5 or $10 again, regardless of who you are, is not really going to change your life. That's kind of the difference that we were looking at.
Yeah, definitely. So I think you can really build any kind of business with this sort of platform, because what we're doing is we're taking authority and we're taking traffic and we're leveraging that and moving it to something else. So that other thing could be a website, it could be a video marketing campaign, it could be an e-com store, it could be a list. One of the things that we recommend, this is kind of something a little bit more of a deeper level of thinking, I guess, because some people want to just get in there and make quick commissions. We see that all the time. And I definitely want to support that thinking as well, but I also want to encourage a deeper level, like you're mentioning too, how to build it more of a business, something more sustainable. And because, you know, you never know, as you mentioned, YouTube could shut down something, it could ban a video, something could change if you're putting all your eggs in one basket and you're just doing like affiliate marketing and redirecting it on someone else's videos. So if you want to really build something more sustainable, then building a list would be really something to think about. And that's something we highly encourage. We have Train in there as well, where you can just go in and get some traffic and get some authority, and then direct that to a landing page with a nice opt-in form so that you're getting an email in exchange for some value that you're giving as well. And that way you can start building a relationship with that person and building that list. So you have multiple email addresses and you're building it daily, hopefully. And you're building that out so that you can still have contact with these members, have some value, earn their trust. And you can then, if you choose to, have some other offers that you're promoting and do multiple offers. So rather than just taking that traffic and sending it away to someone else's page in which you hope to get a commission from, when you have a list, you can do that multiple times. You can send multiple different emails at different times to test out various offers.
And that's the most important part, is that you actually own that list. So that is traffic that you can fully control. So, you know, if I, you know, have my autoresponder, if that autoresponder gets shut down, I've always got my list. You know, I'm always exploiting my list. I've got my list there, and I can just take that to another autoresponder, set up again and go. And you can't do that really with any other traffic. You know, if YouTube closes down your account or they decide that they don't like what you're talking about, then, you know, you're gone. You know, you've got to start from the very bottom and work your way back up. Whereas if you've got an email list of, you know, 20,000 or even just 100 people to start off with, you can then just take them to another autoresponder, plug them in, and off you go again. So I would say no matter what business anybody wants to do online, I'm sure you guys would agree, find a way to build a leads, find a way to build a list. And you can always do it in several, you know, if you're doing something that's e-com related, you can build a list of e-com. If you are promoting a weight loss product. You can build a list of people who are interested in losing weight or buying healthy products. You can always be building lists, but I would say that is probably the most important thing for anybody, as it has been for years. Build a list.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I'd like to add as well is that is the beauty of My Traffic Jacker, that it's not just a one size fits all. I mean, it allows people to plug in My Traffic Jacker into whatever their goals is for their business. So if people, there are some people out there that don't want to build the list. They just want to go in and start making some quick commissions. You can do that with My Traffic Jacker. If there are people that are running an e-commerce business, boom, you can use My Traffic Jacker to send traffic to your e-commerce list. If you want to just come in and start flipping domains, because you can pick up domains for very cheap and flip them right away. We've had members do that as well. We've had actually, this just a few days ago, we had a local guy go in there, find 5 different local domains, and for a few of them he was going to reach out to the person and try to sell it right back to them. So there are so many ways that you can take My Traffic Jacker and make quick money with it, make long-term money with it, build a list. You can build retargeting lists by adding the retargeting pixels to the landing page that you're sending people to. There are so many ways that you can take this and run with it. And yeah, I mean, obviously building a list is one of the things that I'm a big fan of, because like you said, it's that long-term asset that you're building. But again, there's so many different ways that you can take My Traffic Jacker and just do anything you want with it, because you're tapping into something that can bring you traffic right away, bring you commissions right away. And it gives you that flexibility to tweak it to whatever works best for you and how you want to run your business and build your business.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about what this software actually is. What is it going to allow customers to do? So if we go over to you, Joshua, in a couple of sentences, what does this software actually do?
Perfect. Yeah. So in a nutshell, it allows people to log in, search by keyword, and find high quality domains that are posted under popular YouTube videos, or posted on Wikipedia, posted on BBC and Quora, and register those domains and redirect the traffic anywhere they want. So like Paul said, there are people out there that upload videos, get thousands upon thousands of views, completely forget about it, and never renew that domain that's in the description area, which or at some point we're trying to get traffic to. And then a user can go in, hijack that domain, and redirect it anywhere they want. And that video is still on YouTube, getting traffic, getting views, and people are still clicking that domain. So they can take that, do whatever they want with it. Same thing with Quora. Right now, Quora, we're getting a ton of results on there because Quora is one of the biggest Q&A sites out there. So people go there, they ask questions, and then it's a community-driven website, so people can respond to them by recommending they visit a particular website to get more information about the question they're asking for. And again, that link that someone might have posted could have expired, and then someone can go in, purchase that domain, and redirect it anywhere they want. And a lot of the times you see that Quora questions rank very highly on Google. So you're getting that additional traffic from the search engines that people are going through, still seeing that link that someone posted, and boom, that person bought it. And you can pick them up for under $10, and now you're getting instant targeted traffic from those different places. So a bit of a long answer. There you go.
No, absolutely awesome. So Paul, question over for you. So they've got this particular software. They're going to be able to find these domains. They can register them for it's about sort of $8 or $9, depending on which registry you use. And then what would you say they should do next? So they've got the domain. They're going to forward. They've got the traffic. What would you say would be one of the ways? Because obviously there's so many different ways you can monetize this. But what would you say would be one of the ways for somebody to get started to get quick results with it?
Good question. Yeah, great question. First, it's really just picking a strategy. I would highly recommend going through the training, watching the training videos. That's number one, because in there we lay out all the ways you can monetize this traffic. So if you're, if you have a bad strategy, then it may not work no matter what you do, no matter what you find. And so there are some things that I would recommend over others, like, for instance, traffic sources that are with product name keywords. If you're getting a YouTube video, for example, and that's ranked for a product name keyword, and you're also able to find an affiliate offer that you can use as with your affiliate ID, so you get a commission for that product, then I would recommend going in there, redirecting that product name keyword video with that link. That would probably be the path of least resistance. That's a quick commission if you do, get those and you get more traffic in there, but it's also high converting too. So it doesn't take a whole lot of traffic and views sometimes to make those commissions there. Now, if you're trying to build a list, then there's other methods we could do for that as well. Doing more like how-to keywords and general keyword searches could be good, because that way you're getting videos and you're getting properties like in Wikipedia or Quora, getting all this traffic around sort of a how-to or a general term. It could be better to just take that traffic and then first build your list, so then that way you can test out multiple offers. Because people, we found this, I was actually just talking to a customer recently about that, and how when you are looking at a video and it's about like how to lose weight, you may not want to immediately see the next weight loss offer on ClickBank or something. That might just really detour them. Instead, it would be better to just take that and build a list, establish some trust first. So there's multiple different ways, different avenues you can use. And I definitely recommend going through the training, and there's a whole breakdown of what you can do to develop a good strategy that you can learn about going into before doing your research, before doing your keyword research and finding your results.
Awesome. Okay, so in this software, then, so let's talk about the front end version of this software. Are there any limits to how many searches people can do, or how many domains they can register? What's the, what are they able to do just on the front end version that you've got here? So, Josh, back over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we've done is we've, in version 2.0, what we've done is we built a credit-based system into My Traffic Jacker. So on the front end, customers are going to be able to buy 1,000 credits at a massive discount. So that's one thing that we're doing to celebrate the grand opening of the 2.0 version, is highly discounting our credit system. And then one credit is one search. So again, they're getting 1,000 credits. They'll be able to do 1,000 searches. And with 1,000 searches, there is no limit to how many domains they can buy. So one thing is, over the last week or so, I've been doing searches where, one search brings back 3, 4, 5 expired domains. So, there are potentially dozens upon even hundreds of domains that they can find and purchase with that initial purchase of credits that they're getting. And with that, they're also getting some additional bonuses that will help them even further. So we're going to be throwing in some case studies. We're going to also be throwing in our daily views tracker for people that want to hijack from YouTube, and they'll be able to see how many views the videos are getting and get an idea of that before they purchase the domain. So that's how we're running the main version of the front end offer on the 2.0.
And I guess those credits, if if someone's a power user and they're going through those credits, they can purchase sort of additional packs, can they, on the back end with you guys directly?
Yeah, absolutely. So if they purchase through the members area, it will be a little bit more expensive. So that's one thing that I do want to make clear. So that's why we're discounting it right during the grand opening special on the front end. But then they can lock in that discount with the upgrade number 1. They'll be able to ensure that they never have to pay that additional
cost per credit.
The regular cost per credits in the members area. They can lock it in for just $1 during the 2.0 grand opening. They'll be able to lock that in, just put down $1, and they secure that discount for life.
Right. Okay. I'm with you. So the front end version, then, you guys are launching when you look, the 14th.
Yep. Sunday.
14th. Okay. So that's Sunday. You guys are launching. And when is this closing down then? So the launch period, you've got 4 or 5 days. Are you doing?
Yeah, we're actually doing 3 days. So from 14th, 15th, 16th, and the 17th. So about 3.5 days.
Okay. So 17th, sort of midnight Pacific, you're closing it down. Okay. Yeah. And what's the pricing then on that front end version, Paul?
Yeah, well, we'll start it out with an early bird special. And I believe, Josh, we were thinking around, what was it?
Yeah, we're going to start at $33 for the first 6 hours. And then we're going to kick in a dime sale after those first 6 hours. And usually on the previous products that we've ran this similar pricing, as soon as we turn on that dime sale, it usually jumps up about, you know, 5, 7, or sometimes even $10, depending on how many sales we made during the first 6 hours. And then after that, it's just going to continue to go up with each few sales.
So potentially when you close this out, what sort of pricing do you think you'll be? Is there any sort of limit pricing, or is it just dime sale and that's it? You can just
once we hit midnight on the 17th, we will be removing the dime sale and increasing the price. But what I've seen from the last couple of launches, by the time we get 3 to 3.5 days in, the price is usually at about $57 with that dime sale, because it's a quick rising dime sale. So whenever they hit the page, they want to make sure they pick it up, because there's a good chance it's going to be the best price they see it at.
Awesome. Okay, so that's one-time pricing, of course. That locks them in for that. And then you mentioned the first upgrade. So of course they get to lock in that discount for future credits. What else are you putting on the pro version? I think you guys are calling it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the pro version, you mean the upgrade or the main
Yes.
version?
Well, the upgrade, OTO1, you're calling pro, right?
Yeah, it's Pro Plus. So the front end is Pro, and then Pro
Sorry.
Plus. Yeah, no problem. So the Pro Plus, they're going to be getting, it's going to be, again, for just $1, they can lock in that discounted rate. Plus, they're going to be getting some extra features as well. So they're going to be able to unlock all the sites that we add in the future. Okay, so that's one thing that we're going to be doing continuously, is going out there and finding similar sites like the ones that they're getting access to already, which is Wikipedia, YouTube, Quora, and BBC. So we're continuously looking for these authoritative sites that have a good amount of expired links on them, and we're going to be adding them to the system and releasing them to all members that do upgrade to the Plus version. And just a couple of them, just to hint at them. Okay, we got sites like Forbes that we're working on as well, that seems to be delivering some good results, and also Reddit as well. So we're still doing some additional testing, but that's just to give an idea of the kind of sites that we are targeting to ensure that our users can get good results, and then we're going to be releasing them. And then they're also going to be able to secure some bonus credits just for taking some action and securing their $1 discounted rate. So they're going to be able to, just for that $1, they're also going to be getting an additional 250 credits on top of that every single month at the discounted rate. So that is the Pro Plus offer in a nutshell.
And what's the pricing that you guys are running on that one?
It's going to be the $1 trial that will lock them in, and then after 30 days, it's going to be $47 a month thereafter.
Okay, so that's a recurring $47 a month after.
Yeah, and we're also going to have the light version at $37 a month if they choose to do that as well. We have that. The higher value one is the Pro Plus.
Awesome, because that was actually going to be one of my questions. That obviously, we know software, particularly cloud-based software, is expensive to keep running. The server costs, the support costs. So there's always a question that we have, of course, is on these one-time products. What's the roadmap? What's the plan for being able to support them going forward? Because the reality is, while these one-time products are great, the reality is that there's got to be another revenue stream to keep them going, right? So that's what you guys then have got sort of as the plan going forward. There's going to be some recurring built into it so that people can obviously, even if they only pick up the front end, they can kind of be, feel much more relaxed that there's a full plan to support this system for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we mentioned at the beginning, this is a product that's been going on since 2015. So we do invest a lot of money back into the platform to continue making it better. I mean, just for the 2.0, I think we easily invested an extra 10 or 15 grand into all the updates and all that stuff. And that's just in development costs. That's not server, that's not proxies, that's not none of that other stuff. That's just in development, making it better, continuing it to, improve it. So yeah, I mean, we run a real software business. We're always improving all of our software. So yeah, I mean, that's why we've been able to keep it running since 2015 when we first released it.
Awesome. Okay, so let's just finish off through going through these upgrades, and then I want to talk about some of the differences between obviously what's previously done and what people might already have picked up and things like that. So let's go then. So we've done front end upgrade 1. Upgrade number 2. So I've got this one down for you guys as the Academy version. Does someone just run me through the Academy, what it's all about and why someone should consider picking that up?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take this one. So with the Academy, we have built out a lot of case studies and extra training where you can really take this to the next level. We do have a case study. We have a couple case studies in the front end version. One of which that's newly added is one that I show people just behind the scenes how you can find a domain, register it, redirect it, all of that. And I showed a live example of exactly what I did: the keyword, the niche, the domain I found, the video that's inside it. I even got it for $3 and it went on to make, it went on to make 116 bucks, but then later on it got another $70 sale too, just within a little over a month. And this whole process, it's a 10-minute video, but the actual process of setting this up takes a fraction of that. It's more of the explaining that I'm doing that's taking a little longer. So yeah, it took less than 10 minutes to set up.
But even I would say, honestly, something that takes 10 minutes and it's already made you, a couple of $100, that's not even at 10 minutes. That's not a bad investment of time.
Right.
You know, $200 per 10 minutes. That's
$20 a minute.
Well, you got the $3 domain cost too.
Well, that is true. That was only $3.
So absolutely. And what I always say too is that when you invest in one of these domains, you have a year to make that money back and then some to be profitable. You know, so
and even on for most domains, even on most domains, depending obviously on what the extension is, but on most domains, it's only again, $10, $12 to renew. Some of them, if you pick up like a .io or something, some of them renew at like $20 or $30. But most of them, it's only, it's still only $10 or $12 to get another 12 months again. So it's not an expensive thing to renew. Sorry to interrupt you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, the commissions that we're looking for, we have something else built in called My Affiliate Spy. And this will show you some good affiliate networks and affiliate offers that you can immediately start using, given your keyword. Just type it in and then you'll have a whole list of them. And some of these commissions are very nice commissions. We're not talking about like $2 or $3 here. We're talking about like $10, $40, $100, $200 per commission. So yeah, it just takes one of those and you're profitable. So we have a couple case studies on the basic version, but then as we move on to the Academy, which is in OTO2, we'll have many other case studies showing where you can go to get domain evaluations, wiki sites that I found within Wikipedia, where I show how to analyze them, find the authority of those sites before buying them, and then also see the actual value of those domains, so you know exactly how much places have evaluated the worth of those domains before buying. So then you can list them, you can flip them on places like GoDaddy Auction, Sea-Doo, Afternic. We have that whole training broken down in there as well. And then other case studies for product name keywords and kind of quick cash methods as well to boost people's results.
Awesome. So really a much more in-depth training series for people who really want to get into it, get stuck into it, and clearly get the inside track, over the shoulder videos with yourself and get to see what's happening. So what's the pricing on that one?
The pricing on the Academy?
Yeah.
$27. And that's something that's kind of a special offer that we're allowing.
And that's one time, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, which is a bargain, isn't it, for that sort of training? So awesome. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. I love the name of this one, by the way. You guys have called this the trifecta.
Yeah.
Who wants to tell me what the trifecta is all about?
Yeah, I can talk about that as well. We've mentioned a few things like the affiliate spy feature. That's something that will be built in. We also, in the trifecta, there's 3 components. There's affiliate spy, where you can see a whole list of profitable affiliate programs, affiliate offers that you can grab. They convert well, they've been tested, and you have all these stats of those offers. So all you have to do is just drop in your keyword and then see those offers. And then from there, you can just cherry pick them, do some searches with My Traffic Jacker, and then just plug in that offer to the results you find. If you want to go the affiliate route, makes it very easy for you. We also have the auto search feature. And what this does is, this is an interesting tool that we built to really optimize this experience, because oftentimes what we find is we built the criteria of My Traffic Jacker to find everything that's broken in those specific properties, the list of sites and YouTube, Wikipedia, BBC, Quora, and more, we find those domains that have been broken and abandoned. Okay, sometimes those still have not been fully expired. You will find a list of ones that are expired and ready to buy right now, but sometimes we'll also want to include the list that hasn't dropped just yet, but are abandoned, they're forgotten about, they have the 404 up there on the site, the page won't load, but they could be getting a lot of traffic, they could have a lot of authority, so it's definitely worth keeping an eye on those, which is why we built the auto search feature, so we can just tick off a little button so that then in the background, my traffic jacker will continue to search later on for you and report back when that has fully expired and it's ready to pick up.
Okay, so you can be literally the first to find out when it's become available, so you can kind of get in there first and get that registered.
Exactly.
That's a very awesome feature. Okay, awesome. So the price on the trifecta then is?
And then one other thing to make the trifecta.
Sorry, we've got three. You're right. Sorry, we've only done two things. You're right.
And this one is the VA feature. So what we've found too is sometimes, doing some searches throughout the day, that might not be for everybody to continue doing searches in there. And if you're one to delegate, which I highly encourage, we've got some training on that as well, then check out the VA feature, use that to your full advantage, because you can get, with the VA feature, you can add in a couple different sub accounts to your main account. So you can have your VAs in there doing work for you. They could even go through my training where I lay out the entire process. So you can get some additional sub accounts on your account as well. They can report back to you, and you can just select all the results that you want after they've done the searches.
Awesome. And the pricing then, guys, on that trifecta upgrade for this launch?
That one's going to be 67.
Yeah.
67. Okay, awesome.
And one thing I want to add about that one in and of itself is that we could have easily broken these features up and sold them separately. And we did, and before in the past, we've sold them separately. And then we decided for this one to just bundle them up together, call it the trifecta, and sell them as a bundle. So this is going to be limited to this special offer. So launch. Make sure that you pick it up, because each of them are so valuable that we can split them up by themselves.
Awesome. Okay. And then you've got the SignLab and SignBuddy, as well on upgrade number 4. So Josh, what are those two softwares? Those softwares have been around a little while as well. Actually, I know both of those softwares, but do you want to tell us just quickly what those softwares do and why people are going to be able to sort of really increase their results with my traffic jacker when they connect in these other two tools?
Yeah, absolutely. So SynLab and SynBuddy both are social syndication platforms. So one thing that we do as well when we hijack some of these videos or some of these domains is we just give them a little bit of a boost of social syndication to kind of revive them, okay? Because again, so a lot of these domains obviously were abandoned. A lot of the videos were abandoned. So many times you can even regain a lot more of the authority, especially for a video that has been ranking for a while, and maybe you can send some social syndication to it. And since it already has views and it's been around for a while, you can give it a boost to get it ranking even higher. If you decide to build a niche site out of the domain that you find, you can use SynLab, install our plugin on your site if you're using WordPress, and then start to kick up some social syndication so that, again, you can kind of revive it and give it that authority boost to get those quick rankings back on Google, okay? So with SynLab, that's you can syndicate those domains to your own platforms. We have about 25 or 30 sites built into SynLab that you can syndicate to. And then SynBuddy is kind of like the big brother of SynLab, because it's a platform where it's a community sharing platform. So we have about 7,000 members in there where everyone is sharing each other's content. So that kind of gives it that extra punch where SynLab lets you share your content on your own platforms, and then SynBuddy comes in and lets other people share your content on their platforms. So it's really a very powerful combination when you're looking to get more traffic, more authority, more rankings. You combine those two, and you're really getting some really strong authority boost to your videos, to your niche sites, whatever it may be. And we're actually getting ready to update those two platforms as well. So just real quick, SynLab We're going to be adding some content engine in there, so people don't have to actually write their own content. And with SimBuddy, we're adding an auto share feature so that there's always sharing going on, and no one has to log in to actually manually do the sharing. It's just going to be on a never stopping engine of social sharing going on. And we have account creators that are going to be working with SynLab and SimBuddy as well. So people will be able to get their accounts automatically created for them. So that was one thing that we found was a big of a hurdle. Number one was creating the accounts. Obviously, the biggest thing was, oh man, I have to create 25 to 30 accounts on SynLab before I can even use it. So that was one of the biggest kind of turnoffs from our users. So we completely eliminated that. We've created an account creator that does all of that for them and even plugs it into their SynLab account. It's going to work with SimBuddy as well. And then with SynLab, another thing is obviously was people having to write their own content. Okay, that was another thing, because when you syndicate, you have to ensure that you send it off with some content. So we're building in a content engine, so people type in a keyword, it's going to preload some content, it's going to spin it, and then it's going to attach that to the campaign that you are wanting to syndicate. So a bunch of stuff. I mean, that in and of itself.
And people are going to get all of that when they pick this upgrade up. They're getting all of that as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that they get that as a free upgrade. I mean, I haven't mentioned this on anywhere else, but since I already mentioned it, I'll make sure that I include the fact that they're gonna get the upgrades once we release those. And that's
so that upgrade then has really just become super valuable, because I know both of these two platforms, and they work on a credit system. So what's the credits that people are going to get with this special offer? Certain number of credits that you're going to include, or?
Yeah, on SimBuddy, they're going to be getting 500 credits. SynLab is not credit-based yet, so it's just based on the different levels and how much syndication they can do. So with SynLab, they're going to be getting our Pro version, which allows up to 5,000 syndications per month.
Okay, awesome. Well, I would definitely recommend that software. And even if you want to take a look at those other two softwares, we'll drop the information down below. But SynLab and SimBuddy, both softwares, they've been around again a long time, and very well supported. And then that brings us to the last of the upgrades from the inbound information I've got, and that's what we've got is the Elite version. What is the Elite all about, Paul?
Yeah, awesome. And to add to what Josh was saying too, when you combine the power of backlinking and social syndication to this kind of process, then it kind of can help your whole outlook on this, where you may not be so worried about your video being ranked number 9. If you hijack a video and it has a good VSL on there and you're getting traffic to that, well, if it's ranked number 9, send some authority links, send up some social syndication, get that ranked, push that up a little bit more, and now suddenly you can compound the results that you would have gotten. You can get a lot more money out of those. Yeah.
And of course, these tools, those two tools that we've got there, the SynLab and the SimBuddy, are not exclusive to My Traffic Jacker. You don't have to just use them on domains and for those hijackings. You can actually use that for your own content, your own videos, and get the same results. So it's actually, whilst it fits in really nicely with My Traffic Jacker, it's not the only use of it, right? That's going to be a tool that people can use for so many different things.
Absolutely. And one thing is, it is integrated inside of My Traffic Jacker, though. So that's one thing that they can syndicate right from within My Traffic Jackers right to SynLab.
Awesome. Definitely.
So back to Elite. Sorry.
Elite. Yes.
Yeah. So we have the ocean search feature, which that's part of the Elite program. When we do research and we find these abandoned domains, abandoned properties, then we can actually click the ocean search button to find everything associated to that property. Because many times when we do some research and we find these videos that are up for grabs or these domains that have expired in other authoritative properties, it's not just that one property that it's been expired in. There could be many other places, many other platforms that have that expired domain there. Yeah, so with the ocean search feature, we can see everything that's associated to that domain.
So when you say everything, what sort of information would you be able to see? So let's say you've got a domain, which is whatever it is, a random domain that you've picked up. What information would you be able to actually find for it? And how would you use that information to get better results?
Yeah, so what we would do is we would look at every single thing, every property. So to take that, to elaborate more, that's like everything, every YouTube video, every single YouTube video, all the descriptions where that domain has appeared. Yeah, every single YouTube video, every single web property where there's an appearance of that domain in that property.
And
so basically,
even other sites. So one thing that another person reached out to me this week, it was pretty much a testimonial, but he said he found a domain that was posted on a YouTube video that had over 600,000 views. It was also hyperlinked to from Pinterest. It was hyperlinked to from Twitter, and it was hyperlinked to from LinkedIn. So you can take all of that and go to each one of those, see if there's an internal URL that they're using instead of the root domain, and then you can recreate that internal page and put something on different offer on there, or same things when it comes to one thing that happens a lot with the ocean search feature is people will find the domain posted on their one video, but then that channel has 15 other videos or 20 other videos that also have that link in the description. But again, it might be an inner page or a different
so it's the same domain, but the actual URL might be different, the ending might be different, and you can see where all of those places are to set up all the redirections, right?
Exactly.
I'm with you. It's a very, very powerful tool, because of course you're doing a search. If you're doing the front end search, okay, you've got front end version, you found one domain link, and that one link could be very powerful. You could get great results. But now if you're able to see everywhere where that link has and all of the extensions that that domain has, but you can now redirect all of them to relevant offers or to your lists or wherever.
Exactly. And that's when we can find full-on authority channels and dig into that, when we can see everything associated to that one abandoned domain. It's pretty awesome. So all you have to do is click one button, and then boom, it exposes everything. So that one video maybe that you see and you analyze the potential for that, well, click on the ocean search feature and you can see it may be associated to hundreds of videos. Yeah.
So this would be good for people to use if they've got, if they've just starting off and maybe they found, 10 domains, but they don't want to register 10 domains. They could use that ocean search to find what there's likely to be the best one. Where does it appear the most? Where can they use it? And where can they move it to? No, I like that. Awesome. What's the pricing, sorry, on the Elites? What are you guys doing for that one?
Well, one other thing too to mention, we have the domain reminder as well. So we have another feature added to the Elite product. So with the domain reminder, we can actually go in and check out the who is information for that domain. So if it hasn't dropped just yet, then we can actually go in to see exactly the date of when it's set to drop and be expired. So we can be first in line to go in there, snag it and pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
awesome.
One.
Awesome. And Josh, what was the pricing on the Elite?
For the Elite, we're going to have two options. We're going to have a 47 per quarter option and a 37 a month option. The 47 per quarter is the one that most users go with, since it's a better bang for their buck. So that's what we're going to have two options on there.
Awesome. Thanks so much for that, guys, for taking us through that. Now, next, what I want to talk about is the differences. So this is version 2. And we've talked about all of the awesome features that this has got, but how does this differ from version 1? What have you guys, changed? What's new? And, for people, there might well be people watching this who've maybe got version 1. So the question's obviously going to lead into how can they upgrade? Should they upgrade? What's the options there? So if we start off with you, Joshua, and just give us the quick rundown on what is new for version 2.
Perfect. So the biggest thing is that we have added 2 monster sites to the front end. So with the first version, people were able to hijack from YouTube and Wikipedia. Version 2.0, they can now hijack from BBC and also Quora. So 2 additional massive authority sites. We've also got an additional couple of case studies that we are adding in there so that people can, again, see over the shoulder, see exactly what Paul's doing, his thought process, how exactly you can monetize it in multiple different ways. So those are the biggest updates. Those 2 sites, Quora and Quora right now is, insane. There are so many domains on there, BBC and the case studies pretty much.
Awesome. And so question for you, Paul, if there's someone watching this right now and they've already got version 1, what is the best way for them to upgrade? Is there any way for them to upgrade that's slightly different, or anything that they need to do for version 1 users?
Yeah, so we'll be sending out an email when it does go live for MTJ 2.0 to let our existing users know that they can lock in at a discounted rate to get their credits and start using the MTJ 2.0 features.
Yeah. Okay, so existing users will have some sort of discount that you guys are running internally for those who want to upgrade. And then this launch, obviously, over Zoo will be for new customers who want to come in and join the 2.0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about, unless there's anything that we've missed off. I definitely think this is a great software. You know, it's one of those softwares that does what it says on the tin. You know, it's going to help you guys to really find these opportunities, these domains, and it's something that works. You know, everyone needs more traffic, right? We all need more traffic, even if you're doing big products, you've got plenty of different traffic sources. Nobody will ever say no to more traffic. So, you know, it's something that we always need. So is there anything, Paul, that you wanted to mention that we haven't covered yet in these questions, or anything you want to say to people before they go and pick up this product, hopefully?
You got it at everything, man. You got a lot of questions out there. Seems like a pretty lengthy interview. So I think you've addressed so much of it. I'm really happy we could share so much about this product, because there's a lot to it, really. But one thing that you really hit the nail on the head earlier was about psychology and about focus. So earlier you mentioned something about how when people get a product, they start and they get some traction. But more often than not, it's easy to get distracted. And that's in the times when you're building. That's the building phase. That's when you're pushing the snowball up the hill. And it really reminded me of a quote I heard with Einstein's quote about the ninth wonder of the world, I believe, was compound interest. A lot of times people think about money when they hear that. You know, mostly for years, that's all I thought about. But it's really about time as well. It's about anything. Compound interest is about anything. So with time, that's the hardest part, is at the very beginning. And at the very beginning, it kind of sucks. It's tough. You don't see fast results. You know, and people are doubting you. You might be at a dinner table with your friends and family and be like, "Oh, what are you doing? What's this internet thing you're doing? Are you still
when are you getting a real job?" Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When are you getting a real job? But that's the time when you just need to shut them up, focus, and persevere, and just keep your nose to the grindstone. Do the same thing. And that's when you're building everything. That's the hardest part. But when you do that, that's when you have that nice hockey stick-like exponential growth curve afterwards. So put in the time now and keep focused.
Awesome. Completely agree. 100%. 100%. Joshua, anything else that you want? I know we've gone on quite a bit, but there's a lot to get through on this particular software. I really wanted to go into its use case, because I think a lot of people kind of see so many sales pages that, you know, they see a product and they think, oh, maybe I could use that, maybe I couldn't. Whereas I wanted to focus on exactly what is the route to profit for these, you know, for people who are watching this. Is there anything else that we've missed off that you wanted to add in?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to quickly mention as well that this hasn't been working just for us. I mean, on the sales page, people will be able to see testimonial after testimonial from real users that have been using this and getting results with it, dating back as far as 2015 when we first released the first version of this, all the way up until, like I said, literally 2 days ago, I got 2 testimonials from people that just started using it Monday, and they send me a message by Wednesday like, "Oh, I found this. One guy found 5 domains, and another guy, like I said, found that one domain that had over 600,000 views, and it was posted on a bunch of other different sites. So just when you get on the sales page, take a look at all those testimonials and see that there is, that you can actually get the same results. Just go in there, follow the training that we have. And look at the case studies, and you can get those same results for yourself as well. It's just a matter of taking action. So that's it.
Taking action and sticking with it.
Yeah,
they're the two takeaways I think people should take away from this interview today, is that, you know, everyone has been there. We've all been in the situation where you think that it's not working, and, you know, you have those, what I call outside voices, kind of the extra pressure of, the online thing, it's not really a thing. And I remember the first time that I actually made a commission, when that money, I didn't believe it. Back then it was all instant PayPal, but I still didn't believe it until it was physically in my hand and I could go to the ATM and like withdraw that money. And I was like, it exists. This is real, you know? And I think once you get that and you start it, you know, people can then start building up and it gives you that motivation. But for people who are still not in that place yet, it will come. Stick with it. Choose, you know, a good software, a good business idea. Really get a good, I can't think what the word is. Get a good plan in place. Choose something that's going to work and just stick to it.
And one thing that they'll notice is that the family and friends that doubted them or would talk, you know, crap about what they're doing, they start asking different questions once they see you making money. They're like, hey man, what are you doing? You know, can I get in on that? Like,
show me what you do. Show me what you do.
They might get annoying in a different way.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happens. The tables just turn and now they start seeing you making money and doing good and they just start asking different questions instead of criticizing.
And their mentality is, oh, you do that internet thing, so you just like push some buttons and make all this money, right? I want to do that.
Yeah. No, we work 100 hours a week, so we don't have to work 40 hours a week. That's basically what it is. But anyway, right, thanks ever so much, guys. I know you guys are obviously going to be super busy because you have the launch coming up. We're going to drop a link for you, all of you viewers down below this YouTube video. Go and check this product out. It's definitely worth a go. Even if you just want to check out the sales page, see all the features, functionality and everything, link will be down below. And obviously any questions, drop them in the comments. But massive thank you for you guys taking we're taking out about an hour and 50, an hour and 20 out. So I really do appreciate both of you guys, and best of luck for your launch in a couple of days.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dan.
You're welcome. Take care, guys.
You too.
Bye.